finally a first impressions video on the, I still don't know how to pronounce it, Aostirmotor A20. So we'll head down to the canal and hopefully open it up a little bit. I've got 48, about to take over to 49 Ks on the board right now. Oh, not the board, the bike. So first thing I really want to say before I forget, this bike has given me absolute hell when it comes to getting the brakes right. The front one's easy enough to get right. The back ones I've just had no luck. Finally got to the point where I feel like they're safe so I can get it back out on the road. But that's getting the bad stuff out of the way nice and early. I would have actually taken it to a bike shop just to make sure they were safe after I played around with them so much, as I'm not much of a bike technician. But all the bike shops are booked out for 3 weeks here just because summer's hit, and summer's pretty short over here, so everyone wants to get out on their bikes for the season. So had to do it myself. I really don't think you should have to do that out of the box when you're spending so much money on a e-bike. Even one of the cheaper ones are still a lot of money, and I've never had to do that with a normal bike before setting it up. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, I'll tune back in when I get down to the canal. Alright, we'll open it up, see what we can get. I'm actually heading into the wind, which I'm sure you can hear. Really like the little LCD screen on here. 37 at the moment. 39. I've not pushed 40 yet, and there's 40, so 41. It's my lucky day. A new squeaks emerge from the brakes, but hey, at least they're working. Really lucky to have this canal here. It goes for, well, more Ks than I've ever ridden so far, so really nice spot. Got another electric vehicle up here. Might be one of the Segways from Costco, maybe. They might be doubling on it. Just on your left. So really, I think if you're sticking to commuting and sticking to paths, the motor's got more than enough power than what you need. Yeah, I wouldn't compare it obviously to a electric skateboarder, similar size motor. It's a lot more powerful at 500 watts. You're getting that pickup super fast, and especially for the weight of the bike, I think the whole package came in at something like 27 kilos plus me. So yeah, the fact a little 500 watt motor can kick up so fast is pretty impressive. Now I think in Canada this package came in at $979, I believe. So not much competition at that price range. I guess the next step up would be the new electric bike. I forget exactly what that's called. XP Lite, is it? But they charge $200 shipping to Canada, so I think that comes in at about 1,000 US. So that's probably about just over 1,100, maybe 1,150 Canadian. So not exactly apples and apples, but not a whole lot of that price range, especially with a bigger motor. You're looking at small foldable bikes with, you know, little tyres. They don't come with fat tyres, anything like that, so it's kind of in an area of its own, so definitely taking that into consideration. But yeah, being hard on the brakes, something like that, it's not something you can really excuse. If it's made to go 40 kilometers an hour, it needs to be able to stop safely. Test on the hill here. I'll drop it down and you can see what it's like from no pedaling, just full throttle up this hill. So just crawling at 10 kilometers now. That's a good comparison, actually. Something I really like is being able to, you know, with bad terrain, stand up. That's a bit soggy. And just use the throttle. You don't have to push, and you can just worry about taking in the bumps with your knees with the lack of suspension. Yeah, the twist throttle's great. It's a lot of fun too. Better than a thumb push throttle that I've seen on other bikes, and even, you know, the likes of little ATVs and stuff like that. I'll give you a little look at how the pedal assist works now. So there's so when you push or pedal, it kicks in, if you can hear it. There's like a 3/4 of a second gap between when it kicks off and you know, when you first pedal, and that's on pedal assist 1, which I do feel is a little bit too much. I would like something lower. So a real world example is turning up to a set of lights at a crossing, and you would feel a bit safer, well I do anyway, turning it off completely, just because you don't want to nudge forward slightly and then have it kick you forward into someone. So I would like something with a little bit more of a response, but I have seen that same issue on the electric bikes and stuff like that, that don't use the mid-drive motors. Just food for thought. I actually prefer to use the throttle because it's a little bit more precise, and just keep my feet off completely if I'm going up to a crossing or something like that. So the LCD screen, I find it really good. It's nothing too fancy, but does the job really well. It seems to be there for everything you need. You're able to change the obviously the speed on there. You can turn the front light on and off. There's plenty of customization options, and you can cycle through a bunch of different menus. I think there's 4 menus. So you've got the total kilometers traveled for the lifetime of the bike, so we're at 56 now. Cycle through 8.2 on the trip, and then you've got voltage, which is really handy, so it'll actually tell you. So you've got the main battery reading on the screen, which has just gone up from 4 to full to 3, so it shows those aren't the most precise things, but it actually gives you a voltage. So I'm sitting at 36.4 right now, which can help you plan your trip a bit better. And then you've just got the last one, which is time or duration of your trip so far. So we're at full throttle right now. Last time I came up here, it did need a little bit of help. So we're dropping down to 14 kilometers an hour, 13. Oh, maybe it was a different hill because I'm gaining speed again. Still full throttle. We're up to 20 now. I've eased off a little bit because it's a bit of a blind corner. Full throttle. So pretty good. On a commute you wouldn't come across a lot more than that, and if you're struggling you can just kick in yourself as well, so not too bad. Something worth mentioning, for a situation like that, I don't exactly know the bumps and everything like that where I'm going, so I tend to, as mentioned before, I tend to turn the pedal assist off. Unfortunately, that means you also lose the ability to use the throttle as well. So train tracks there, for example, I'm standing up so I can take the bumps, but it'll be really nice to have the little kick of the throttle to get me over a little bit easier. Don't know what other bikes do. That's just something I wish it had the option to turn on and off, but no biggie. So I do have some experience folding the bike. I took the bike to Niagara Falls the other day for take photo for a competition Aostirmotor were hosting. So I was lucky enough to get a 3rd place in that with some other people, which means some accessories are coming for the bike, which will be cool. But yes, foldable bike. However, not the easiest one to fold. It's really, for me, not the biggest bloke. It is a 2-man job. Well, I can do it on my own, but it really helps to have an extra person to do that. It might get a bit easier over time as things loosen up a bit. But if you're looking for something that can do that every day and take it up the elevator, put it in your apartment, not sure if it's a bike for you yet. I got it with the idea that I'd like to be able to do that and throw it in the car and go to a different trail. We'll see though, because it is a bit of a pain, especially, you know, the weight of it. It is a weighty bike. So if it is really something that you need to be folding every day, I probably would look towards the new electric light one, whatever it's called. But as I said, for the Canadian market, it's a little bit more expensive than what I got this one for. So yeah, when I do a full review of the bike, I probably will put in that step-by-step process of what it takes to fold, and I'll look to mute out the language that comes along with that. It's a bit of a pain. So as you see there, I did keep the motor on, and it was kicking me in directions I didn't necessarily want to go. But when you do touch the brakes, it does cut out that motor straight away. So it is a good little safety feature if you forget that it's on. Yeah, really a must-have, or I would have been into the railing there. So I'm on pedal assist 1, kick it up to 2, which you see is a bit quicker. 3, that really scoots you along, and then 4 is flying. Yeah, so I don't think I would ever get up to the 3 or 4 if I want to go that fast. I'd rather the precision of using the throttle, to be fair, but it's good to have options, isn't it? Yeah, so I guess that brings us to the end of my initial thoughts anyway. There's still a full review to come, so I won't say all my thoughts yet, and I'd like to get it to 100 kilometers first so I can see, you know, any issues that come up and let you know about those. Aostirmotor have been really good in terms of their customer service via Instagram anyway when I've spoken to them. Yeah, so I'll leave you with that, and maybe I'll see you on the next one.